Hello my people, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be touching on a topic that I had talked about. It's well over a year ago, but the video received such an overwhelming response, and even to this day, it is still receiving likes and comments and views. So I thought that I would kind of go along the same kind of vibe of that video, similar message, and just talk about it further. If you don't know what video I'm talking about, I'm referring to my video where I talk about how to heal after coming out of a toxic relationship. The feedback from that video has been so touching. So many of you have come out of these insane, horrible situations, and it just makes me really happy that that video has been able to help you guys heal and really just move on and move past these situations and grow and become the people that you are meant to be without that toxic person ruining your life. So with that being said, so today's video, it's kind of like maybe like a prequel, a sequel, all on the same lines of that video, and I'm going to be talking about red flags that you should be looking out for, whether it's in a current relationship, in someone that you're dating but not super serious with, just red flags to look out for in another person that you're considering dating or you already are dating and you're kind of like, this behavior does not feel right. If something's going on that's not sitting with your spirit right, it doesn't feel good, it's making you feel insecure and anxious and controlled and not loved and just negative feelings, keep watching this video because maybe one of the red flags you're experiencing is something that I'm going to be talking about. Now, just to preface this video, I am not a professional. I'm not like a marriage counselor or a relationship therapist, whatever. I have been through two emotionally and mentally abusive relationships in the past, and I am now in the healthiest, most loving, beautiful relationship and marriage I've ever been in and will be for the rest of my life. So as much as, like I said, I'm no professional, I feel I just want to share my personal experiences, how I went from very toxic situations and being able to recognize these manipulative and toxic behaviors so that I've been able to find somebody who is not toxic. He's very supportive and loving, and our relationship is very open and communicative and healthy, and it's just, I mean, no relationship is perfect, but I've been able to move past those toxic things. I've been able to identify a lot of red flags, so I want to share those red flags with you today in this video right now. Let's go. So there's going to be a total of 5 red flags. These are like the 5 biggest ones that I could think of. If I think of anything else, I'll add it in, or if something goes underneath like one of these things, I'll just, you know, flow with it and keep going. But the first red flag that I want to talk about is when the other person gets jealous when you spend time with your friends or when you just really do anything without them. That's a major red flag. Major red flag. If they make you feel like you can't do anything without them, you can't go hang out with your friends if they're not there, you can't go do anything by yourself, they make you feel like they need to be there all the time. That's a huge red flag. Very, very manipulative and very controlling. And usually that turns into them trying to isolate you from your friends, from your family, from doing anything alone. They try to strip you of that independence to make you feel like you need them to do anything. You can't, like if you bring up, this is, okay, for an example, if you, ladies, if you bring up that you want to go have a girls' night, and the first thing that your boyfriend does is throw a freaking hissy fit.
Oh my God, you're gonna go out with the girls tonight. What are you gonna do? You're probably gonna cheat on me. Are you sure I can't come? Why is it just the girls? You know I don't like your friends.
If you hear a spiel like that every time you say you want to go out with the girls, red flag, leave him, run. In a healthy relationship, you're allowed to go see your friends. You're allowed to be an independent person. You're allowed to go and do things without your significant other. They don't need to be there all the time. You can go have a girls' night, and having a girls' night doesn't mean you're gonna cheat, because I'm gonna just assume that you're a good person and you're not gonna cheat. So they have no reason to accuse you of that, and they have no reason to try and convince you that you're not allowed to go out and have a girls' night. Or vice versa, you know, if you wanna go have a boys' night and your girlfriend throws a little hissy fit and accuses you that you and the boys are gonna go cheat on her, no, get rid of her, get rid of them. You're allowed to go do things, see your friends, hang out with people without your significant other. Another really big red flag that I talk about a lot on social media, this is a big one for me because this was something I dealt with a lot and it drove me nuts. I couldn't stand it, and I don't like to see anyone else go through it. And this is when your significant other tries to tell you what you can and can't wear and what you can and can't post online. They give you like rules for what you're allowed to wear. So for example, in my past abusive relationship, now I'm talking, this is years ago, but these things, this trauma does not leave you. You always remember this stuff. So when I was in a relationship like this, I was not allowed to wear pants that were too tight in public because no one was allowed to look at my butt. I didn't really have much of a butt. I have more of a butt now, but still. I wasn't allowed to wear too tight of pants, and I wasn't allowed to post, are we ready for this? I wasn't allowed to post selfies of myself on Instagram. And this is going back like 2012, like 2011, like I was in high school. So Instagram really wasn't what it is now, but still, I wasn't allowed to post any sort of picture of myself unless he was in it, or unless I got prior approval to post pictures of myself. And the reason he told me for this was because he gives me all the attention I need, and there is no other reason why I could possibly want to post a picture of myself that doesn't require wanting attention. And because he gives me all the attention I need, he didn't. There's no reason for me to post pictures of myself. And if I were to post pictures of myself, I was being an attention-seeking whore. So let's just sit with that for a second, okay? So if you're dating somebody, guy or girl, non-binary, whoever, who tells you that you're not allowed to post pictures of yourself online, or you have to be wearing, you know, something has to be, like a certain part of your body has to be covered, you have to be wearing a certain thing to post pictures of yourself online, or they need to be in the picture for you to post it online. Any sort of rules about what you can post online, red flag, run away. No, we don't play that game here. I'm sorry, but we don't play that. And same for going, like, wearing clothes in public. If they don't want you to wear too tight of clothes, or they don't want your boobs to be showing, or they don't want your arms to be showing too much if you're a guy with big muscles, or whatever, like, or, you know, your boyfriend doesn't want you to wear a crop top, like, whatever. They don't get to tell you what to wear. They don't get to tell you what to do. They don't get to tell you what you can and can't post online. They don't get to give you rules based on rules on how you express yourself, whether that's online or with clothes or whatever. They're not allowed to do that. I'm sorry. And you go ahead. I'm sure I'm gonna get people who are like,
well, there's people who prefer modesty.
That's fine. You could prefer modesty. I'm not telling you that you need to go date people who post pictures of themselves online all the time. If that's not your thing, don't choose somebody who does that. If you're dating someone and suddenly they decide that they want to express themselves differently than when you first met, that's okay. Because people aren't gonna stay the same forever, and you can't control what they do, what they wear, what they post online. You're not allowed to do that. I'm sorry, but there's literally no excuse for someone giving you rules on what you can and can't post online, or what you can and can't wear. There's no excuse. There's no reason. Nothing. No. Like, there's literally nothing that you could tell me that's gonna make me think it's okay. It's not okay. So if you do it, stop. And if you're dating someone who does it, leave. I get heated about that one. Okay. The next red flag I want to talk about is that the person you're dating, the person that you're in a relationship with, whatever, they always are assuming that you're lying, or you're up to no good, or you're cheating on them. They're always assuming the worst of you, even if you've never given them a reason to assume the worst of you. They're just always thinking the worst. So for example, say if you don't text them back as quickly as they would like you to text them back, they start going off on you and accusing you of cheating on them because you didn't answer them within 5 minutes. Or say if you go run an errand and then you decide to go stop at a different store on the whim last minute, you're like, oh, I want to go run here too while I'm out, and then you come home and they're like,
you were out with it wrong. Where did you go? You said you were going here. Where else did you go? Were you cheating on me?
No, we don't play that. Someone who always assumes the worst of you, if someone is always assuming that you're lying or assuming that you're cheating on them, normally that comes from two different things. There's either past trauma from like a past horrible experience in a relationship, or deep-rooted insecurities. But guess what? Neither of those things are your problem. I don't mean to sound like a heartless bitch, but if someone has past trauma, they need to heal it on their own and not take that out on you. If someone has trauma from being cheated on, from being lied to, whatever, that's not an excuse for them to enter a new relationship and then suddenly accuse their new partner of always cheating on them, or of lying on them, or being like, you know, overly insecure about things that don't matter. I'm sorry. Or if you're a super insecure person, it's not your partner's job to heal you. You have to heal you. And being insecure is not an excuse to take it out on your partner, okay? Okay. The next red flag I want to talk about is that your partner demands to go through your phone all the time, always wants your passwords to your social medias. Like if you change your password, they notice and they're like,
oh my god, why change your password? Are you cheating on me?
This is kind of similar to like the one I just talked about where they're always accusing the worst of you. But this kind of goes, this is kind of like an invasion of privacy. I mean, sure, there's like this fine line between, you know, you have this trust with your partner and therefore if they wanna, in theory, go through your phone, they can because you're not hiding anything, yes. But being in a relationship does not strip you of your right to privacy. You're allowed to have secrets. You're allowed to keep things from your partner. Because in theory, if we're all being good and we're all behaving and we're all treating each other with love and respect, no one's doing anything shady behind someone's back. So having a little secret or not sharing your social media password doesn't mean you're cheating on them. We're entitled to a level of privacy regardless if you're in a relationship or not. Being in a relationship doesn't mean you're no longer allowed to have private things, okay? Like if they want to do a little like, it's more of just like, hey, like do you, like I just saw a weird number on your phone, like do you mind just like showing me really quick? There's that versus there's like,
give me your phone. Give me your phone. Let me, who are you texting? Ooh, who are you talking to him about? What are you guys talking about? Who's that number? Where did that come from? Okay, let me check your Instagram. Who's that bitch that liked your picture? Who's that guy who commented on your picture? Do you know him? Are you fucking him?
do you see the difference? No. You don't get the right to go through your partner's phone whenever the freak you feel like it. You don't get the right to go through their social media whenever the frick you feel like it. You gotta trust each other, people. And if you don't trust your partner, you gotta figure it out. Is it you? Do you have inner trauma, deep-rooted insecurities that you haven't dealt with and they're coming out lacking in a lack of trust in your partner who's done nothing wrong to you? Or is your intuition telling you something and you're feeling a little suspicious? In that case, you gotta bring it up to them and be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I don't wanna invade your privacy. I don't want to cross any boundaries, but this is how I'm feeling. Boom. Don't let them go through your phone all the time. Don't let them take it out of your hands and be like, I need to see who you're talking to. They don't need to see who you're talking to. Like I said, if we're all being good people, everyone's being loyal. So stop. Enough. Okay, this is the last red flag I'm going to talk about. This is another big one that I've experienced a lot, and it can get kind of, not really confusing, but we'll just talk about it. So the last red flag is, you're dating someone and they make you feel like you're not allowed to criticize their behavior or tell them anything that's bothering them, because if you do, they make you feel like you're attacking them and they turn it around on you and then somehow you end up feeling bad. So let's be real. No relationship is perfect. No person is perfect. There's gonna be things that you do as a partner that your partner is gonna get upset about. And guess what? If they have good communication, they're gonna tell you. And them being like, hey babe, you know, when you do this, and that, it makes me feel this way, so I'm just letting you know so we can work through this. If you take someone telling you something that you're doing that's upsetting them, or you can't take any sort of criticism and you turn that into they're attacking you, please seek some help and fix that, because you're not perfect, your partner's not perfect. Like I said, there's gonna be things that they do that you don't like, that upset you. And in order to maintain a happy relationship for the long term, you have to voice those things. And you have to be able to have a safe space to voice those things. Because if you feel like you can't tell your partner when they're doing something that bothers you, those things are gonna build. Your partner's gonna keep doing those things. You're gonna get resentment, you're gonna fall out of love, you're not gonna be happy, whatever the case. So you need to be able to tell your partner if they're doing something that bothers you. They're not allowed to make you feel like you're attacking them. If you say, hey babe, you're doing this and it's bothering me, and suddenly at the end of the conversation, you're feeling bad for even saying something in the first place, red flag, run, leave, bye. No, like we don't do that, okay? And if you're the type of person who can't take constructive criticism, especially from your partner, someone who loves you, right? Who chooses to be by your side every day, if you can't handle them telling you that something that you're doing is bothering them, figure out why. Like literally, and I'm not saying this to be like a bitch, but go to therapy. Figure out why you're not able to take criticism. Journal about it, reflect on it, meditate about it. Like I keep saying, no one's perfect, no relationship is perfect. And you need to be able to accept criticism if you're doing something that's hurting the other person. I mean, how do you expect to grow as a couple if you can't hear things that you're doing wrong? Because guess what? You're gonna do things wrong. You're gonna date somebody who does things wrong, because the perfect person doesn't exist. So you need to be able to tell that person in a safe way, in a nice way, that they're not gonna freak out on you if they're doing something that bothers you. And as a person, you need to be able to accept that kind of criticism as well, so you can become a better partner. As you guys can tell, I get very passionate about this because, like I said, I had my own experiences when I was young. Like, high school wasn't fun. And I've seen friends, I've seen other people go through similar situations. And it really gets to me because love should be something that is so freeing and makes you feel good about yourself and encourages you to experiment with your clothes or what you post online. You have this freedom to be your authentic self, and you know that your partner loves you for you, not for what you do for them, not for how you dress, not for how you look. They love you for you. And I want everyone to experience that. Yeah, the purpose of me making this video is to help you if you're experiencing any of these things, you're suspicious that something in your relationship is not right. Maybe these things can give you a little bit of awareness and kind of wake you up a little bit to realize that these things aren't okay. Or if you're someone who's been that toxic person, maybe this video is going to show you that, hey, some of those behaviors aren't okay and you can take a step now to figure it out and get some help. I don't know. I just wanted to make this video because, like I said, the other video did well. If you haven't watched that one, or actually let me word it this way. If you just watched this video and you're like, oh man, I think I'm in this situation, or oh man, I just got out of this kind of situation, go watch the other video that I made about healing after a toxic relationship. Like I said, this is kind of like a prequel to it, but still you can watch both of them. They both go hand in hand. And I genuinely hope that this video helps somebody, even if it's just one person, or brings awareness to just one person. That's really all that I want here. We all deserve healthy love. No one deserves to be treated with toxic behavior or to be manipulated. That's not love. Control is not love. I just wanted to get all that out there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful. I know it's not like the happiest of topics, but I find it so important and I really wanted to share it with you guys, like I said, based on the response to the other video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'm more than happy to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you like my face, if you like my takes on things, if you like hearing my voice, or you just want to see more of my videos. It would mean the world to me. Thank you again for watching this video, you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.